Hello people, in this video we are gonna see how good this €90 Joker Sami knife is. So as always, we start with the specifications with a blade length of 12.5 centimeters, so it's around 4 inches long. The blade thickness is 3.2 millimeters, the handle length is 11.5 centimeters, the weight on this knife is 158 grams, the steel is 14C28N, a Sandvik steel, the HRC is 58 to 60 Rockwool, and the handle material in this one is birchwood.
Joker ist gut.
Das ist the sheath. As expected from Joker, you get a really, or for the price, a really good quality sheath. You have nice stitching all around. You have these two lashing points. The retention is really good. So there's no way that the knife is coming out of the sheath. There comes this dangler with the sheath, what I really appreciate, especially for the price. And you can take it off with this button right here on the back. And this way it's also really easy to put the sheath on your pants or on your belt. But the downside of it, when you walk a lot or hike a lot, this can come loose really fast. Because yeah, this button really isn't the best. I would glue this with super glue or something else, but I like the button on the back side. They should just stitch it right there and it would be a lot better. But overall, for the price, as expected from Joker, the sheath is really nice. Right now this knife is hair popping sharp. Now we start batoning. So this doesn't baton as good as the Bog River Aurora Scandi we reviewed last week, but it does it, so it's not really hard. And the stump we're sitting on is not really good for batoning. So it does the job, not as good as other knives in this size range, but there's not something to concern about. Now we start feather sticking. When I bought this knife, it had a true Scandi, or a normal Scandi grind, and now I sharpened it a few times and it got convex a little bit, so it's a little bit Scandi wax, and now it curls a lot better, because when I got it, it was so slicey that I couldn't get real nice feather sticks. I mean, I was able to, but it was a lot harder because the knife the whole time wanted to bite deep into the wood. But now where it's convex a little bit, it's a lot better. But it's not like as convex as like Bog River knives or some Bog Rivers out of the factory. Just slightly. This handle is really nice. You have good ergos. You have good ergonomics, and it just feels really good. For me, Joker also is like the cheap version of Bog River, because they use less good steels. I mean, their steels are still really good, like N695 or 14C28N, but yeah, they're just cheaper. But you have different grinds for different models, Like you have the Nesmug with the Scandi grind and the Sabre grind. You can choose different handle materials. That's why for me Joker is a little bit like, yeah, Bark River but cheap. So when I got this Joker out of the box, the spine wasn't that sharp. I mean, it could strike fire steel, but it really wasn't good. So I modified it, so now it's a really nice striker. So now we're gonna light this beautiful looking feather stick. We're now gonna make some notches. We start with a square notch. For carving, this knife is awesome. I don't know what it is, because it's quite thick, or it's thicker than some other carving knives, like the Milani Capucco. But probably because of that, or it's a higher Scandi than other Scandi blades, like more Companion, it bites into wood amazingly. So we have a nice square notch. Goes really fast. You can do a different one. You can see that this knife, it bites really deep into wood. It just works amazing for carving. So as last time, we are gonna chop, and as I also said in the last video, a knife this size range isn't made to cut down trees. I mean, of course you can do it, there are techniques, but for me personally, it's important to take down small branches, small twigs from your wood that you want to use for your fire. That's what we're gonna test the knife. I'm gonna hold it like this again. So yeah, this knife's absolutely able to chop down small stuff like that, and yeah, we can also chop down a small tree now. And this is pine wood. So you can chop down small trees with it, and because of this handle design and this little hook at the end, it sits in your hand really secure. But I think you don't have a lot of grip, so I had to adjust my hand a few times to so that the knife was still staying in my hand and not gonna fly out of it. But as you saw, it works. Tip test. So you can see there's nothing wrong with this tip. And that also proves that this heat treat of this 14C28N is pretty good. The 14C28N is a pretty good budget steel. There is, from Joker also better stuff like the N695. I'm not sure, but I think it performs better. It doesn't cost that much more. But when we look at the edge, I can't see any reflections after all that testing we did. And I don't know, the more Galberg has the same steel. Maybe it's a little bit less good at edge retention, maybe a little bit better. I'm not sure. In conclusion, I would say that this is a really nice knife, a really good all-around knife for the price. And yeah, Joker, they have all of the... In conclusion, I would say that this is an awesome, really nice... So in conclusion, I would say that this is an awesome budget all-round knife. especially Joker, just they have so many great budget knife options, like the Nomad or the Nesmuk. They're all awesome knives, and I like these a lot. This is now my first Joker, and I bought it because I saw in other YouTube videos that it was a really good carving knife, and that's just 100% true. I tested it against some Moras, and it just outperformed these. I can show you that this knife bites into wood like crazy. I mean, it's not. I would not say that it's the best carving knife because I don't have that many carving blades, but it's a really good one. And that's why I think it's also one of the points where it shines. It's not the best chopper. For chopping, I would rather have something else like a Storm Vector or an El Chete or a JX5, or in that size range there's also different stuff that is a lot better. Same goes for batoning, but I know in carving, this thing just bites through wood. Feather sticking, as I said in the beginning, it wasn't that nice, especially just because of that true Scandi. It just wanted to bite into the wood so much that I wasn't really able to get amazing or good looking feather sticks to light them. And now, yeah, as I said, I convexed the edge a little bit. Now with feather sticks, a lot better. Not as good as different knives like the Gunny Scandi or the Aurora Scandi from Bug River, but it's just a lot better. I don't know, it's just great, especially for the price. If you want a all-round I still want to test more Joker knives, or especially more budget knives, and I think there are better ones because I don't know how big or thick this tang is. Maybe it's a concealed full tang, but maybe it's also just a red tang. And I wouldn't say that it is the best all-round budget knife, but if you know how to sharpen it, to give it like convex, so it's better for feather sticking and stuff, it's just an awesome overall blade. I also think, just for the price, Joker does an amazing job with these leather sheath. They're just good. I mean, they have good retention and they just work. With a lot of budget knives, you get like cheap nylon or something like that, and just doesn't work. And you have to get a different sheath for it. So that's what I really like. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, follow the channel, and keep watching these amazing videos.